Hey guys, GTR here with another old school replay cast. We are back to the early days of replays actually, October of 2001. We are actually on the map Rivalry, which is a big surprise given the fact that 99% of the games that we see during this era were on Lost Temple, but let's have a look at Rivalry itself since I have not seen this map in a very long time. Got a front base here. Very far third bases, and oh my god, look at where the gases are. Very unoptimized map, but this was one of the more common maps being played back in 2000, 2001. I believe it was an actual BattleNet ladder map back in the day as well, which is why people were still playing on this. Anyway, let's talk about our players here. We have here as the Teal Protoss spawning at the 11 o'clock position is Zeus. Zeus is a Protoss player, obviously. One of the more notable players on the team KOR, which eventually became OG and Sparkies. Actually, one of the more popular streamers on Afrika/Soup these days. Very down-to-earth guy. Doesn't really give too many Fs, as they say. Yeah, and it was pretty active from the start of Brood War until, I'd say, 2006 or so, where he went to the army. And then here at the bottom left, as Blue Terran, is NaDa. If you don't know who NaDa is, he is one of the four bourgeois, along with Boxer, Ov, and Savior. Perhaps, in my opinion, the most talented player to play StarCraft. There's a difference between the most accomplished players and the most talented players. Flash is obviously the most accomplished player. He's the greatest of all time. But before Flash, there was NaDa. And NaDa, despite all of his accomplishments, winning the Grand Slam, which is winning the biggest three tournaments in one season, OSL, MSL, and at the time was the GameTV Star League. Also Golden Mouse winner with that as well. Basically was one of the Terran players, along with I Love OOV, to innovate the macro style that we're all accustomed to today. Very well optimized builds, a lot of focus on economy as opposed to micro/unit control and timing attacks off one base. There's a lot more I can say about NaDa. He was known for being a very not lazy, but he wasn't as focused as he was. But when it came for Star League finals and such, he definitely stepped it up a notch in terms of his practice. Anyway, let's get back to this game, as we do see a very antiquated build here from Zeus, which is going to be the one gateway robo without the range. Today, this build would absolutely get creamed by early factory timing attacks, because you don't have the range or the goon count to deal with the early attack from the Terran player. Meanwhile, we'll see NaDa going for the wall in, which we don't really see these days, and adding a second factory as well to get some units out. So one factory expand was not common around this time. The main two builds done by Terrans in this matchup were either 2-fac or 1-fac, 1 port. Perhaps if he was playing on a map such as Lost Temple, where there were 8 mineral patches and a geyser at the expansion, perhaps he'll go for the 1-fac expand. But because this is Rivalry, where your front expansion is a pitiful 5 mineral patches, it's not really worth going for that quick expansion, because you're not going to get the most out of it in the early game. As we can see here as well, we can see the 2-fac is up and running for NaDa. Is getting the mines as well as the first tank, getting the SUVs out as well to help with repair, as well as being body blockers rather, slash to help build a bunker. But because Zeus hasn't opted to go for an expansion, he can just sit here at the high ground and use that to his advantage to stop this push from happening. And you can see Zeus as well deciding to go for the extra third gate as opposed to rushing for Reavers or an observatory to deal with the mines. Because all he needs at the moment is good micro and to get units out to deal with this push. Speaking of which, we do see NaDa coming forward. Oh no, that is terrible from NaDa there. That Vulture had 3 mines on it. It would have been so useful against this army of Zeus. And yep, NaDa actually being caught guard here, or caught off guard rather, as these 3 goons from the right side take out that tank. And this push is completely stopped here from Zeus. Although, that being said, even though Zeus would love to push forward and apply a bit more pressure towards NaDa, these spider mines will just completely negate that thought. That being said though, the first observer is out, or is coming out for Zeus, so he should be able to clear out a lot of the mines that are surrounding his base. Do see NaDa getting the Iron Thruster speed upgrade for his Vultures. Don't think he's got Siege mode just yet. And, okay, it looks like NaDa is actually very hardcore with this push. Because he's landed his barracks, he's added another Marine. Let's see if he adds another Marine. Ooh, a bit of poor control there from Zeus. Loses a Dragoon. Is he going to run up these Vultures into the main base? No, he won't. He loses yet another Dragoon. This Observer's gone to the main base instead of sticking with his army. Looks like he's going to wait for that second Observer from that robotics facility to deal with these mines here. Would like to see an engineering bay from NaDa to help with his push, because he's very aggressive with it. Because it's completely cut SCVs. Don't see an expansion on the way as well. And why is this Observer coming back? Okay. Scanning the bunker so he can load up those Marines. I did see, yep, there was a shuttle that is on the way. Completed for Zeus. Got a round of Zealots as well for our Protoss player to deal with the Spider Mines, as well as dropping them onto the tanks as the Vulture doesn't actually get in. What I like about Zeus' play right now is that he's still continuing to pump out probes. Yeah, I would like him maybe to sneak a probe out and take this base or this base here. Yeah, engineering bay on the way as well for NaDa. Is also starting to add those SCVs once again to help bolster his economy, but we don't see an expansion just yet. Although this SCV is posturing to build an expansion maybe. Nice move there from Zeus. Stops that bunker from completing once again. NaDa's just roaming around the map trying to find any expansions. Got the drop here from Zeus. So hard for a Protoss player to break into this position with a bridge. But this should be enough here from Zeus to break through. As we only got this tank left. Does go down. As we should see Zeus thinking about taking this base now that he's broken through. Perhaps we'll see a counterattack as well. He's only got the 1 tank here from NaDa. 3 tanks now, so should be seeing them sieged up onto the main base. Yes, he does do that. Okay, so it looks like NaDa does start his expansion, albeit at the high ground. NaDa being a bit annoying with these Vultures that have been roaming around the map. Plants a Spider Mine there, but the Observer and Dragoon should be able to clear that. Do see the Citadel complete for Zeus. Should be seeing a Templar Archives. No, not just yet. Looks like just getting that Citadel for the speed upgrade on those Zealots. Would like to see Zeus perhaps being a bit more aggressive with his army. He does have a considerable advantage here. Around 20 supply ahead of his opponent. He's also got the expansion a bit closer to completion. Very pensive play here from our Protoss player, as he is thinking about taking this expansion at the 12 o'clock. Oh, third command center actually being built here from NaDa, so I'm not sure. I think what he's going to do is he's going to land it around here, and then just start building SCVs from it, and once this command center is done, he'll probably slowly push forward and take this base. That is my thinking with why he's built that command center there. Only 2 facts though from NaDa. Just started that third factory. Only 3 gateways though from our Protoss player Zeus. Nice transfer there from Zeus. This base is well saturated. And it looks like NaDa is going yet another push, opting to eke his way towards the left side of the map. Would be really nice though if NaDa would maybe zip some vultures around, because there are so many avenues to get into this expansion. Whether it be through here, which is NaDa's doing with his tanks, or through here, or through here. And you can see NaDa's just going pure tank right now. No vultures at all to deal with this drop, although he does have the unsieged tanks to help with the defense. And you can see why maps with bridges like this are despised by Protoss players, because they're so hard to get your units through, to get the optimal angle to deal with your opponent's push. Yeah, and as I said, floating this command center down here to the 6 o'clock while he pushes should be able to get a kickstart on his economy now that he will be on 3 base once he transfers those workers over. This base is done though here for Zeus. See the gas at the very crappy position. But I guess in Protoss vs Terran, it's not really one of those matchups where in the early mid-game you need gas. It's once you get to the late game where you need those higher tech units such as Arbiters and Templar, where you need the extra gas income. So it won't be too much of a hindrance for the way that Zeus is playing. And he is getting those mass shuttles as well, which is a funny throwback that we see here in 2001, a style that we are accustomed to in 2025, the mass shuttle play, albeit as not as optimized as we do see it now. Zeus does break through this push, although got a nice counterattack here from NaDa, as I said before. Should be able to get some nice probe kills. Oh, decides to plant a vulture mine. Oh, what the? Okay. Oh god, mine AI. Zeus thinking about taking this top right base as well. And these cannons should be enough to deter any run-bys from the vultures. Gotta remember as well, 2001, SimCity pylon walls were not a thing. Would be a very nice move from Zeus to maybe just wall off this with some pylons. Do see, yeah, it gets it's so funny seeing this map. We got 2 random geysers here with no minerals. Such a silly map. NaDa with the vulture here at the top right. Scouts it out, but I don't think the vulture will survive in time for this cannon or cannons to clear out this vulture. See NaDa just pumping out SUVs left and right, working off 5 factories. And yet another relic of the past is the super duper late upgrades. Armory 15 minutes in. Unfathomable 2025. Crazy time that 2001 was, where upgrades weren't seen as essential. Zeus does check this base out with the Observer, and has this little ragtag army to... Actually, no, this is his main army. I thought it was just a little squad to clear out this expansion, but looks like he's going to try his best to clear out this space. NaDa just desperately trying to... Actually, no, he's got a few tanks here to deal with this little base of defense. Zeus should be able to snipe down this command center, though. NaDa's trying to reinforce this area to help defend. Nice drop here from Zeus with the Zealot and Shuttle. Clears out this tank line that he had, as NaDa desperately trying to repair this command center and keep the base alive. Yeah, now NaDa has to move those tanks that were defending that position. But Zeus should take out this command center, and yes, he does. Should move back. Don't push forward, and smartly he does indeed. As Zeus is taking the rest of the map, not only taking this mineral natural here, but actually hasn't taken this base, which is surprising. Also got a nice healthy gateway count. Not sure if there's any sort of advanced tech yet though from Zeus, besides... Because he's got this Templar Archives, but I don't see a support bay or a Stargate. Looks like NaDa is posturing for yet another push at the left side of the map. As this command center is about to complete. Honestly, all Zeus needs to do right now is to just mass up gateways, mass up bases, and just let, just trade efficiently. Because NaDa really does not have much. His main base has mined out. Doesn't really have much going for him at this mineral natural expansion. If he just keeps denying this base here at the 6 o'clock, then it's just going to be a very rough game for NaDa to win. You can see no +1 yet for the ground weapons of NaDa. And as Zeus keeps NaDa from pushing further forward here at the left side of the map. Got a large army here from Zeus. A lot of Dark Templars. They should be enough to deal with this recently built base of NaDa. Got the Dark Templars swarming in here. Not really much that NaDa can do. There's only so many... Dark Templar are a really funny unit where it gets to a point where if they get a critical mass, it's just really difficult to deal with, despite their very low HP pool. And this expansion will go down once again. NaDa should be thinking about taking this base though? Yep, he does. This is probably the last bastion of hope for him. Because he has this really nice position here. We've got the bridge under control. It's got turrets so that shuttles won't be able to do... won't be able to drop freely onto the tanks. But Zeus just macroing up right now. And we got the Stargate on the way. 2 Stargate, 3 Stargate. So, carrier transition arbiters aren't really a thing back in 2001. As NaDa is back to not even 1 base. This is probably half a base. Got a run by here from NaDa, just trying to get something done. Not enough cannons for these vultures to worry about. This Goon army gets moved to the top right to try and deal with this flock of vultures. Lot of... Actually, there's quite a bit of damage being done here from NaDa, but I think it's too little too late. As that Dragoon army from the bottom right comes up to clear out the rest of the attack. Expansion is up here for NaDa. Doesn't look like Zeus is thinking about going for an attack. Maybe he's going to just wait for his carriers to come up. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. But soon to be these 3 bases. Zeus is not hurting for money, we'll say that. I wonder if Zeus is just freeing up supply at this stage of the game to get those carriers out. Because this is a very inefficient attack that he's doing right now, but... yeah, he's just using this as a distraction to go for the heart of NaDa's base. And I think once he runs these zealots up into the factories, it should be the game. 186 to 47. Not really much NaDa can do right now. Big probe transfer. And that's it. NaDa has left the game. So, yeah. Nice look into how Protoss vs Terran looked on a non-Lost Temple game. On non-Lost Temple map, rather. From October 2001. So exciting to have these very old games to showcase on this channel. But anyway, thanks for watching this game. And I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one.